Have you ever wondered if the person next to you is truly the one? Or is it just another chapter before the real thing arrives? Buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the unmistakable signs that reveal if you found your soulmate, that rare connection that's both thrilling and grounding. Stick around, because some of these signs might shock you and change the way you view your relationship forever. Love is one of those mysteries that we chase our entire lives, but finding a soulmate, that's a whole new level of intensity. Point 1, you feel at home around them. Think of the last time you felt genuinely at peace around someone. No facades, no pretenses. It's like being wrapped in a blanket that's perfectly worn, familiar yet new every time. Soulmates give off that home feeling, an immediate sense of calm that almost feels surreal, right? You could be anywhere, in the loudest place on earth or the quietest corner, but if it's with them, you just know you belong. Now, unless that home feeling is because they resemble your mom's cooking or your dad's humor, then, well, we might need to dig a little deeper. But wait, it's not just about comfort. Soulmates will also push you in ways you'd never expect. Point 2, they inspire you to be a better version of yourself. A true soulmate doesn't leave you in the comfort zone for too long. Sure, they are there to lift you up, but they'll also nudge you to evolve. Ever notice how you're just better when you're around them? It's almost as if their energy fuels your own drive to improve, and to aim higher. You may find yourself pursuing dreams you'd never considered before, or striving harder to be your best self because they see potential in you, even in the places you'd rather hide. But how can you tell if this push is coming from a genuine place, or if it's just manipulation? Point 3, communication feels uncanny. Soulmates seem to have this eerie ability to know what you're thinking before you even say it. Have you ever started a sentence and they finished it? Or maybe you've shared that silent look in a crowded room that speaks volumes. When you're with your soulmate, communication flows effortlessly, almost like you're both tuned to the same wavelength. It's that silent connection, the comfort in shared silence. That's just rare. Or hey, maybe they're just really good at reading minds. But if telepathy isn't their superpower, that deep connection likely is. Let's get into one of the most powerful indicators, something that will truly make or break a soulmate connection. Point 4, the relationship feels timeless. When you're with a soulmate, time just stops mattering. Days, months, years, they all feel the same because the connection is beyond what's measurable. Ever felt like you've known this person in another life? Or maybe you met them and instantly felt like they'd been part of your story all along. This sensation is more than just nostalgia, it's the pull of a shared soul experience, the kind of bond that transcends typical time. But this timelessness isn't always smooth sailing. In fact, here's one you may not have expected. Point 5, they challenge you, but you're willing to work through it. One of the strongest signs you've found a soulmate is that it's not always easy. Soulmates often reveal things about ourselves that we'd rather keep hidden. Maybe it's your stubborn side, or maybe it's your tendency to put walls up and this person sees right through it. Yet, you still feel this pull to make it work, to be vulnerable, to grow. A soulmate relationship will expose your fears, but also empower you to face them. Let's be real, it's like they have the cheat code to every part of you. Kind of terrifying but exciting, right? Point 6, you can't imagine your future without them. Soulmates have a way of weaving themselves into your life plans, almost unconsciously. When you think of the future, a vacation, a holiday gathering, or even growing old, you can't imagine it without them there. It's not dependency, it's a feeling of completeness. You're still you, but together. You're a better version. It's that certainty that makes them not just a choice, but an instinct. And if you felt that with someone, you're already ahead of the game. Point 7, they reflect your growth, not just your comforts. A true soulmate isn't just someone who agrees with you or makes you feel good all the time. They're the person who challenges you to look at yourself in ways no one else dares to. When they're around, you see your own growth. Not just through their encouragement, but in the way they reflect back your progress, your fears, and even your insecurities. Think of it like a mirror, sometimes uncomfortable, sometimes flattering, but always showing you the truth. A soulmate not only shares in your triumphs, but holds space for your struggles. Ever feel like you're dating your own personal coach? Welcome to the soulmate experience. Point 8, your differences feel complementary, not conflicting. It's no secret that opposites can attract, but with a soulmate, it's on another level. Maybe they're outgoing, and you're more reserved, or they're logical while you're a dreamer. But instead of causing friction, these differences create a balanced dynamic where each brings out the best in the other. It's like you're completing each other's puzzle, each piece fitting where the other has space. Soulmates have this knack for turning differences into harmony. But what about the moments when those differences get intense? Point 9, their presence alone eases your worries. This one is subtle but powerful. Imagine being stressed, overwhelmed, or uncertain. Then they walk into the room or give you a call, and suddenly it's like the world slows down. Their presence alone acts as a calming force, melting away anxieties. It's not about them solving your problems, they just have this effect that makes everything feel a bit more manageable. It's a sign of a deep, almost mystical connection. Now, if they're just really good at massages or telling jokes, that's a bonus, but it's about more than that. Point 10, you have shared dreams and goals. When you're with your soulmate, you're not just thinking in the present, you're looking to the future. You find yourselves discussing dreams, goals, and even wild ambitions that feel natural to share because you both want a future that includes each other. Maybe it's traveling the world together or starting a project you're both passionate about, even if your paths differ slightly. There's a shared vision of purpose that keeps you both moving in the same direction. But here's the real twist. Can a soulmate connection survive if those goals change? Point 11, they accept you fully, even your flaws. We all have those parts of ourselves we're not exactly proud of, quirks, bad habits, maybe even a past we're not so eager to share. But with a soulmate, those parts don't feel so shameful. They don't try to change you or judge you, they simply accept you as you are. And because of that acceptance, you feel empowered to actually improve. It's a kind of acceptance that goes beyond tolerance. It's a warm embrace that makes you feel truly seen and loved for every piece of who you are. Let's be honest though, some quirks are harder to love than others. If they put up with your snoring, they're definitely a keeper. Point 12, you can spend time apart and still feel close. A soulmate connection doesn't demand constant togetherness. In fact, one of the most profound signs is that you can be apart, sometimes for days or weeks, and yet feel just as connected as if they were right there. There's no insecurity. No need to check up constantly, you simply know they're there in spirit, even when they're physically not. It's this trust, this deep-rooted bond, that assures you your connection is unbreakable, no matter the distance. But what happens when challenges really test that connection? We're talking true soulmate-level endurance. Point 13, you both share similar life experiences. It's fascinating how two people can have lived different lives yet somehow find themselves sharing similar experiences. Maybe you both face similar struggles growing up, or you've dealt with similar heartbreaks. These shared experiences create a unique bond, offering comfort and understanding that's hard to find elsewhere. It's like finding a partner who knows not just your present but your past, making the connection richer and more profound. So if you both survived the awkwardness of your first jobs or shared the same embarrassing moments, that's some soulmate synergy right there. Point 14, they challenge your beliefs in a constructive way. A soulmate isn't just someone who agrees with you all the time. Instead, they challenge your beliefs and opinions, inviting you to look beyond your current views. They do this not to start fights, but to foster growth. Those deep conversations you have about life, love, or even the universe can be enlightening and transformative, pushing you to explore new perspectives while also finding common ground. It's an intellectual stimulation that adds depth to the relationship. But what happens when those challenges start to feel overwhelming? Can the bond hold strong under pressure? Point 15, they make you laugh, even in tough times. When the going gets tough, a soulmate knows how to lighten the mood. Their ability to make you laugh, even when life feels heavy, is a significant sign of your connection. It's not about dismissing the seriousness of the moment, but about finding light within the darkness. This shared humor creates a safe space where both of you can cope with life's challenges, making every experience, good or bad, more manageable together. And if they can crack a joke right when you're about to lose it over a spilled drink, that's an absolute win. Point 16, you feel safe to be vulnerable. With a soulmate, vulnerability doesn't feel like a weakness, it feels like freedom. You can express your fears, insecurities, and dreams without the fear of judgment. This emotional safety is essential in a soulmate relationship, as it allows both partners to be authentic, opening up in ways that strengthen your bond. It's in these vulnerable moments that true intimacy flourishes, paving the way for deeper trust and connection. But what happens if vulnerability isn't reciprocated? Can a true soulmate connection still survive? Point 17, you can sense their emotions without words. Ever felt like you could read their mind? With a soulmate, there's an unspoken understanding that often transcends verbal communication. You can sense their moods and feelings just by looking at them. This emotional connection fosters a deeper intimacy that words sometimes can't capture. When they're happy, you feel uplifted. When they're down, your heart aches. It's a beautiful dance of shared emotions that creates an undeniable bond. And if you can finish each other's sentences, well, that's just icing on the cake. Point 18, you both have the same love languages. Understanding and speaking each other's love languages can be a powerful indicator of a soulmate connection. Whether it's quality time, acts of service, gifts, words of affirmation, or physical touch, when you both naturally express love in the same way, it fosters a deeper connection. You feel understood and valued, as both of you are attuned to each other's needs and desires. This alignment not only strengthens your bond, but also creates an atmosphere of love and appreciation. But what happens if those love languages start to clash? Can a soulmate navigate the complexities of differing needs? In a world where love can feel elusive, recognizing these signs may just help you discover the true essence of what a soulmate is. It's about more than just romance, it's about understanding, growth, and an undeniable bond that enriches your life in countless ways. So, whether you're already in a relationship or still searching for that special someone, keep these signs in mind. They could very well lead you to the love you've been longing for. Now, if you're curious to learn more about relationships and how to decipher those subtle signals, don't miss my next video on 13 signs she's trying to seduce you. Click on the link in the end screen, and let's dive into the intriguing world of attraction together.